In many ways, October marks a return to normal for the economy and the property market. The final stamp duty holiday has ended, travel restrictions are easing, and the furlough scheme has drawn to a close. The Chancellor has set out the roadmap for 2022 and beyond in his autumn budget. The annual growth in the UK, house prices remain solid, but month on month prices have stabilised. An average of independent forecasters expect prices will end the year 5% higher than where they started, with price growth of 3.9% predicted for 2022. At 8.3% annual price growth across the prime markets of England and Wales has pushed the average price of prime property over 1.15 million. Double-digit annual growth is evident across all regions except London. The reopening of many international travel corridors, along with a return to the office, should lead to a busy final quarter of the year for agents in the capital. The search for space is set to be a legacy of the pandemic, with many homeowners still taking stock of their current homes and lifestyles as they readjust to the new hybrid working patterns. Although it's fallen from the sort of heady days of the spring, buyer demand remains above normal levels at just under 74,500. The Bank of England report monthly mortgage approvals in August were at their lowest level in over a year, but still over the 10% higher than the long-term monthly average. That's from 2015 to 19. Demand for property in September was 12% higher year on year, with few signs of any significant drop-off as autumn takes hold. There's little sign of any sustainable change to the shortage of supply that has beset the market since the beginning of the year. Stock levels per agent remain historically low, according to RICS, and that's compared to 2020. The year-to-year volume of homes for sale is 28% lower, and the flow of new supply is 5% lower, according to Zoopla. Home movers who've already sold subject to contract, cash purchasers and first-time buyers are in the best position to benefit from such a competitive marketplace. In the first 8 months of 2021, it is estimated that just over 1 million property sales have taken place across the UK, a higher total than throughout the whole of 2020. Transaction volumes in August were over 10% higher than the long-term August average, according to HMRC, again from 2015 to 19. The Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, is likely to announce the government's plans for taxation and spending over the next 3 years in the autumn budget on 27th of October, with government borrowing as a proportion of GDP at its highest rate since the end of World War II. So rebalancing the books will be a tricky task. Consumer confidence reached its pre-pandemic level in August, the same month that the ONS reported employee numbers were back to pre-COVID levels. However, this has been pared back in recent weeks as a result of concerns over the rising price of food and fuel and the end of the government support via the furlough scheme. Raising inflation, although are likely to be temporary, may lead to interest rates nudging higher over the final quarter of the year. The Bank of England monetary policy set to have 2 further meetings before 2021 draws to a close. Are you hoping to take advantage of the high demand for property from buyers? Get in touch with me on 07 810 567 862 or by emailing me at alun.graham, GRAHAM, @fineandandcountry.com.